Hello, so last time I showed how to use custom assembly code to program your objects, and in this video I want to show how to use C injection, at least a limited method of doing it, to program the object. So basically compile from C and then insert it into the ROM. This is going to be quite a limited method, but anyway, it might be useful to some people. So first you will need a couple tools. So there's the LLVM projects. You want to go to releases, take the latest one and take one of these installers, probably Win64 for you. This is basically a compiler toolchain. So this is what you will use to compile from C to the N64 architecture. So yeah, then you will want a tool called Make. You could download a setup program from here, for example this link, and just install it. And then lastly, AgLab has made this repository, which contains essentially the SM64 API. So that's all the headers that you can use, and that defines all the functions that the game uses. So you can use them in your behavior script in C. And secondly, there's this symbols.ld file, which has all the addresses that will be used when linking. So you don't want to use this. I have a fork here, which has a makefile added, which will help you, and also a linker script. So yeah, go here. You can just download a zip or just use Git if you are comfortable with that. Okay, so now that you have this, just go into your SM64 API folder. So you have this linker script, which will help you create your output file from the source C file. And you can see it has an entry point called behavior loop. That's quite arbitrary, but yeah, that's the name I chose. So you can just create your C file, like I'll go with thing.c, and you will want to create a function called the same as the entry point, so behavior loop. So one big limitation with this very simple method is you cannot use several functions. Basically, you must have only one function. You can call existing function from SM64, but you cannot have a second function here, which is being called here. That's not going to work. But I will talk a bit about limitations after we have this. So yeah, I just want to do the same thing as what we did before once again. So just increment the facing angle of the object. So first thing, we want to access the current object. So there's a global variable called current object in the game, without a typo, object. And you can see it's in this header object list processor. These headers are from DCOM, so I strongly suggest to explore the DCOM project to see what the headers are, what the structures are, and everything. So you just want to include this. And generally what's done in behavior files is just a convenient macro which defines the letter O to be the current object. So I'll just do that. I just need to include a couple more headers so this works. So I just need the types header, and I'll also include the objects field header, object fields, like this. And now I just want to do face angle yaw and add the same value as before to it. So yeah, that's just basically what we did in assembly last time and in behavior script, but this time it's in C code. So yeah, this is basically your C file. You can do a lot more than this. This is just for the example. But now with the make file, you can like open up a terminal, just like new terminal if you're using VS Code, and just type in make. So this make file will just automatically find any C file in the current directory and output a .bin file. Yeah, if you don't know how compiling and linking this probably works, this is probably magic, but whatever. If you're interested in checking this out, I took this from AgLab's stuff, so yeah. So yeah, it outputs a .bin file. This is like just source code basically, and now you can like insert it using the same kind of stupid way as before, using in ROM manager using edit hex. This is very inconvenient, honestly, but it's kind, I guess, a bit better than what we had before coding in pure assembly. So yeah, you can just do this, save and close. And now we've updated our assembly code. So you can save and reload and see if it works. So yeah, we have the same thing, but now it's like using C injection basically, but I mean a very, very simple way of doing C injection. So about some limitations. So as I said, you cannot really have several functions here. That's kind of because of how you insert code using ROM manager, because you insert pure hex, so it does not really adjust any addresses in this code. And obviously, if you jump between function, you need the address of the other function. So yeah, this cannot be really dealt with currently. One other thing that you probably cannot do is using global variables, like declaring your own global variable and then using it in your function. That's probably not going to work for the same reason. And one more tricky case that I'm expecting to not always work is switch cases. So if you want to use a switch case, it might generate a lookup table. So if the compiler decides to do that, it's probably not going to work, because again, you need some data and it's stored elsewhere, and so you need an address. Yeah, I hope this is useful for some people. And yeah, I think that's all for me. Thanks.